That's good. I like that. That's not that you care if I like it or not, but I hope you do like it. That's Sheryl Crow. That's a song called Sweet Child of Mine. It's from the soundtrack of another anonymous movie called Big Dolly, which nobody will ever go and see, and everyone in the paper will say it's great. I've got some communications from everybody else. No, I'm not cynical today. It's just the way I am. I've got a letter today. No, I'm not cynical. It's important to me that I conduct my affairs here in a workmanlike manner. And indeed, I'm always pleased to find letters from children. And I have here a letter in front of me, written in a childish, innocent hand, which is a change because normally the letters I get are written in an adult, knowing, sly hand. This is from a young girl called Annie, and she's from Lisnabunny in Ballygolly. It's not a lovely place to be from, Lisnabunny. Would you please play a special request for our mummy? She is very special. She is the best mummy in the world. Mummy's name is Mandy Stockdale, and she lives also, you'll not be surprised to hear, in Lisnabunny in Ballygolly. Her birthday is on the 26th of August. Now, that's next Thursday. You may say to yourself, how premature. But you see, the way this system works in this programme, be lucky to be read out on Thursday at all. So I am doing it here as a form of insurance. But I will keep it. And if I can, I'll ring it out. I'll read it out, or indeed ring it out, on the 26th of August. We all love Mummy very much. I'm just reading this out just in case I miss it, or anything happens between now and then. I may have descended into drink hell between now and Thursday. From Anne, aged 7 years old. From Sarah, aged 5 years old, and from Matthew, aged 1.5. A good comprehensive range of free-range children. Also from our Dally Trevor. Thank you very much, Annie. And thank you, Annie, for going to the trouble to write that very nice letter and putting that on the left-hand side and not in the bin where the letters usually go. Now, we talked yesterday about false teeth and about how horrible it is not to have them, or how horrible it is to have them, how horrible it is not to have your real teeth, and then how horrible, equally doubly horrible it is to have to wear somebody else's false teeth, and how really, really doubly, triply horrible it is if you have no false teeth and you have to go into the morgue to get them. Michael O'Shea writes to me and he says, Dear Gerry, I lost half my teeth, upper half, in Ardglass, County Down, about 4 weeks ago. Now, look in Gerry Kelly's house. He steals the teeth out of people's mouths. Now, this is apropos a gentleman yesterday who talked about walking his dog in a certain area. I can't remember where it was. And he come across an upper set of false teeth. And he concluded that they had belonged to someone who had taken part in the Gymkhana, which had occurred the Saturday before. We concurred, of course, but we never found out who actually owned the teeth. But I'm sure that's a private matter, and it was settled between him and whoever hadn't got the teeth. Did we ever find out who owned the teeth?
Did you see the thing last night on television, the item about false teeth?
I missed that.
It was on that, was it a health programme or...
Try and say whole sentences, will you, please?
Then, you know that 7 o'clock programme that you never really watch? You'd be sort of, after your dinner, when you're lying sleeping and you're waking up...
All the hateful people are on it. The Watchdog.
That's what it's called. And you say, what's that there?
Everybody you don't like is on it.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, and you never look at it.
But there's news
Come on, try a whole sentence. Come on, you can do it, boy. Come on.
False teeth.
Yes.
You can go now and get your false teeth in permanently. They open up your gums if you have no teeth.
Yes.
Right? You go along to this is what they're experimenting on this now. I think it's in Belgium or someplace.
Yeah.
But they reckon it'll not be long before it's here.
You mean they open a person's gum?
Split the gum open, and they insert these 2 big screws into the gum, and then they put a plate, you know, like shoeing a horse. You put this plate on top of the screws, and then they put your plate on top of this other plate that they just inserted on top of the screws. Then they screw them in.
But you know what that means?
And it's for the bottom set.
You know what that means, don't you?
What?
That every night before you go to sleep, you have to jam a tumbler into your mouth.
You have to sleep with a tumbler in your head.
Anyway, it's no joke.
But it's good that I was watching
I don't have any false teeth, as you well know. But I know you have.
Well, you haven't got many.
I've none at all. Back to this man here. I lost half my teeth, upper half, in Ardglass, County Down, about 4 weeks ago. Would you please ask the man who found something similar in Ballyclare, County Antrim, if there is a tooth missing from the plate he found? He never mentioned that, actually. I would imagine he would have. If so, this article could be mine. The further queries I have are, 1, how could my teeth travel so far? Well, see, teeth are very fast. Could a seagull have done it? A magpie? Travelling people angered by Jack Straw? Travelling people will take your teeth no bother and take them away because they're being assaulted recently. They bring your teeth to a halting centre.
Why don't... Is there a telephone number for that gentleman or person that you're...
No, he wishes to remain synonymous. That's quite all right. I was thinking
if you had been a phone number, you could have got the gentleman who wrote the letter and Norman, who was on yesterday, who found the teeth and put the 2 of them on and let them discuss it and find out That's the best way around it.
Yeah, something they could get their teeth into.
Yeah, have you got
Michael O'Shea is his name, but there's no, it's an email. You don't know how to work those.
So there's no phone?
There's no phone number, no. Anyway, he's suggesting that what could have happened to him, a day tripper from Derry passing through Ballyclare. 2, is it worth my while travelling to the Ballyclare police station to try them on? Yes. 3, could the police post them to me for this purpose? Well, police don't normally, or you see in particular, don't like posting false teeth to people in case, troubles and that kind of thing. Somebody might use them to scare somebody. Thank you for your help. A very confused bread-soaked in soup eater in our glass called Mike. P.S. Your email address in Radio Times does not appear to work. Yes, a false Radio Times email address for this programme has appeared. And I don't know, it's a conspiracy, but our real email address is the following. Gerry.Anderson@bbc.co.uk. The Radio Times has quoted our foil. There's no such email address as our foil. They just guessed it. I've got another email here. I'm sorry for talking so long, but I have things to say. Harry O'Prey writes to me and he says, concerning, or should I say, apropos auto harps. I listened with scarce contained excitement to your broadcast of yesterday. This is a common reaction. Many people are beside themselves listening to this programme and have to grip the arms of their armchairs. A gentleman caller expressed an interest in procuring an auto harp and went on to describe the same in some detail. I remember that conversation particularly well. Your good self made reference to auto harps stroke accoutrements being mentioned some time ago in your esteemed programme. The caller remembered the same, but averred that the instrument was an auto chord, an electrically propelled version of the harp. Wrong. As the original caller, I can certainly remember the series of communications arising from my initial inquiries, which was for a key to tune the instrument and not for the instrument itself. As a result, I obtained an old clock key, which does the job perfectly. However, I was unable to find anyone who could teach me the rudiments of how to play the instrument. Your caller is obviously cognizant with the intricacies of auto harp performance, and I'd be interested in making contact with him. That may sound to you like a load of rubbish, but let me just translate that. He had a same thing one time. He got a key for it, but doesn't know how to play it, but would like someone to show him how to play it. That's basically what he's trying to say here. I've got all the stuff here, but we'll leave that for a moment. That's Nancy Griffith and the Crickets. That's from an album called, let me just check what that's called. That's called 100... Sorry. No, it's called Too Much Monday Morning. The 2 was covered by a piece of tape there, and it looked like 100 Much Monday Mornings. So I read out 100 Much Monday Morning, but it makes no sense. Too Much Monday Morning. That's a song called Do You Want to Be Loved? A duet with Nancy Griffith and the Crickets. I want to talk now about my descent into drink and drugs hell. No, we'll do it later. Talk of false teeth here. I've got a couple of anecdotes, or as Rose Neal would say, amusing anecdotes from people outside. A person said that one day his uncle put his false teeth in his Wellington boots beside his bed at night and couldn't find them the next day. That's a very unusual, not very unusual tale, that really. A man had an accident in Cork. His false teeth were broken. He went to the police and they sent him to the morgue. The person in the morgue opened a drawer, and there was loads of false teeth. He got a pair that fitted perfectly. I don't think people want to hear about that kind of stuff in the morning. My mother had an operation. She didn't wear her false teeth for a few days after the operation. For weeks after, she began to complain that her false teeth were not comfortable. She went back to her dentist. He said, "How long have you been smoking?" My mother said, "I never smoked." The dentist said, "Well, these aren't your false teeth." She came home and threw them out at the bottom of the garden, which indeed is a very dangerous thing to do, because some little fairy may come along and wear them accidentally, some little non-smoking fairy, and would be very upset at all. Right, I have to read this. NIMBA, the Northern Ireland Mother and Baby Appeal. I can't talk today, I know, but I can't help it. They're launching a new fundraising project on Thursday, the 26th of August. It's a splash-a-thon sponsored by Milupa. It's aimed towards mother and toddler groups, and to help launch the event, fundraising entrepreneur, good friend of this programme, Mr. Willie Nugent, who is completely, absolutely mad, will be dressed as a Victorian bather and will be dry swimming around the City Hall in Belfast. Also on the 26th of August, that's from 1 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. So why not take a plunge? It says pick up a registration form and splash for NIMBA. You know, there are far too many people taking part. Listen, excuse me.
Right. Hold on, I get this number. Right, go ahead. Give me the number.
Right.
Right.
That's Charlie Lansbury. It's a song called Summer Country Skies from one of his early albums called Songs from the Heart. Is Charlie Lansbury coming in here on Friday?
Yes, he is indeed.
It's very interesting. I'm looking forward to talking to him because he's had a very interesting career of late. A lot of people think he's just arsing about doing nothing, but apparently he's been away in America, in Nashville, recording and singing and indeed songwriting with the greats.
He's bringing in his new CD.
I believe so. Did he record that in Nashville or did he record it elsewhere? You don't know, do you?
He recorded it in Nashville, I do know.
Well,
and there's only 2 of his songs on the CD. The rest are sort of songs written by other people.
I'm kind of looking forward to it because I'm very thrilled to be able to introduce this CD to the people because nobody else has heard this before. This is a first, isn't it?
We had a complaint this morning, and
really,
I don't know how to handle this.
Well, give it to me. I'm in.
Right, there's a gentleman phoned to say that he'd called to a certain hotel.
Yes.
He called this day, and it's in the south. And he went up to the south of Ireland, and he went up to Donegal, actually, but don't even mention the hotel, all right?
Absolutely not, no.
No. And,
but you know the name of the hotel?
Yes, and haven't...
Whereabouts in Donegal is it?
I don't want to say.
Come on, south, west, north,
I'm not
east?
going to say. But he had...
Near here?
Sterling on him, and he said...
Sterling on him?
Yes, and he says, what's the exchange? How much do you allow? And Sterling, he says, we don't allow anything.
I warned the people about this before in this programme.
So he thought, okay, so it had to go back to it either a week later or whatever.
Yes.
And he said, I must just see what they're doing now with the old pound punt business.
Yeah.
And he went up to the bar or someone and says, how much do you allow on the sterling? And he said, it's a pound for punt. We don't allow anything.
Yes.
So, what do we do in this situation? It's
Call the police.
Well-known hotel.
Well, I tell you what I think. I think this is a...
It's owned by someone that you know.
Pardon?
Owned by someone that you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Do I have any shares in it?
I don't know.
Great.
And yesterday I was talking to a man who told me that his sister saw your bare bum.
Was this recently?
Yes.
How recently? Like
a couple of weeks ago.
Really? I wonder how that happened.
Well,
Did you explain how that happened?
He did.
He did?
He explained to me how his sister... And there was
saw my bare bum?
Yes, and there was other pregnant women there. And they saw your bare bum as well.
You mean I've exposed my bare bum to a number of pregnant women?
Mm-hmm. Not intentionally.
I can imagine not.
Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this because this is your private life and it's personal and I shouldn't be doing this.
I'm going to stop
it
but
now.
Later on I'm going to talk my descent into drink and drugs hell, so why not?
No, I don't want to do this. It's not fair.
No, come on. You've started, as Magnus Magnuson said. You're going to have to finish. Well, I have no recollection whatsoever of showing my bare bum to a number of pregnant
No, you didn't show it, but
they saw it.
They peeped at it.
Well, I can't understand how this possibly could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Go on, explain to me.
No, think about it.
No, I'm not going to think about it. I'll never think about it. It'll never come to me. I want you to tell me.
When was the last time you
took my trousers off?
Yes.
In front of pregnant women?
Yes.
I can't think.
It was quite recently.
Was it really?
Yes.
Was it in the course of my job?
No.
As a BBC radio broadcaster?
No.
I never take my trousers off.
And they were all giggling. He says they had a great laugh.
I'm sure they
giggled themselves. Every so often it appeared.
What appeared?
Your bum.
Be very careful what you say here. No, hold on. Stop laughing like that. People don't like it. No, I deliberately removed my trousers in front of pregnant women.
You were asked to?
I was asked to. Well, give me an idea. I don't need...
It's your personal life, and I don't want to get into it. The Sunday papers could be listening to this.
The Sunday papers are listening to this now. You're the one that brought it up, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And, was I embarrassed? Was I aware that they were watching my bare bum?
Probably not.
I was unaware of it.
Yes, well, I would say. In other words, I would say you were conscious that your bum was exposed from time to time.
But not conscious that pregnant women were watching it.
You probably were.
Do I have to drag everything out of you?
Yes, because it's personal and it's your private life, and I don't like doing this.
Why did you bring it up?
Because a man said to me yesterday, he says, hey, the sister saw Anderson's bare bum. He says,
you mean to say the pregnant women are going home and telling their brothers about my bum? Is that what's going on here?
Yes. There are people talking about your bare bum.
I didn't realise it was such a topic of conversation at all. As a matter of fact, I'm shocked and indeed surprised to find that women would tell their brothers about what they saw.
Where were you? You've got to think now where you were.
Okay, let's narrow this down. Was it in a pub?
No.
That's where I always am. Would it have been in some physical fitness emporium?
Close, near, but
close. In a close?
No, you're
up a close.
No,
in an entry, in an alley.
Cul-de-sac. And you couldn't back out.
A dead end.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
It wasn't in a... See, I don't go to health clubs and stuff like that. Incidentally, there's somebody keep sending us emails about the David Lloyd... What's it stop? Whoever sent us emails about the David Lloyd Centre, leave us alone. Sorry. Right. Would it have been somewhere like that?
I'll talk to you. I'll tell you about it during the news.
I want to find out before the news at 11 o'clock. Now, I want to ask you another thing.
Right.
Were these pregnant ladies in an advanced stage of confinement?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
No. Well, you were there.
You seem to know
you were
quite
there.
You seem to know quite a lot.
Yeah.
Well, was I... Oh, hold on a minute.
Yes. No.
Hold on a minute. Was it in a hospital?
Yes.
See those women? I am never speaking to them again. I said to them, if any of this leaks out...
Your gown was open at the back.
I know it was.
And they were all choking.
Let me just explain what happened. Every once in a while, because the BBC are concerned about my dying and living, I have to go for certain little tests, which are not life-threatening or any way. It doesn't mean to say that I'm ill or anything, just routine. And you have to put a gown on. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you don't do it up at the back. I was aware that my bum was trailing, but I could see their bums too.
Well, fair play then, isn't it?
Well, I wish you'd tell them not to tell their brothers about it. I'm very embarrassed about it. Because, see, I don't know why it's a good job they didn't open those gowns up the front, isn't it?
Look at the time. I
know the time. Right, this is the time. The time is now coming up to 11 o'clock. I'm very embarrassed by all this.
You never showed it to us.
Well, no. We'll be back.
Thankfully.
We'll be back after the news approximately in a more decent way. Thank you. Goodbye.
You're listening to the music of Alan Kelly in the company of Cathal Hayden, Frank Kilkelly and Damien Evans, who, along with my other guest, singer Sean Keane, provide the music and song for tonight's edition of Summerfolk. I'm Siobhan Skates, and I hope you can join me just after 10 here on BBC Radio Ulster.
Thank you, Siobhan. What a nice Australian accent that is. I often wished I were Australian, that I'd be able to talk like that. Be different, wouldn't it? Anyway, welcome back. This is Gerry Anderson here. It's 5 minutes past 11 o'clock. It's Tuesday morning. We'll be here until 12 o'clock. If you want to contact this programme, there's every reason why you should feel pleased to do so. The number to ring is 0645 555 678. That's 0645 555 678. During the course of the news there, I was just thinking about how much this country's gone back. I remember years and years ago the National Health Service was something to be respected. But now that I look back on this last couple of weeks, I realise that people in the National Health, and especially the hospital service, would put their patients at risk by making them walk down a corridor with their bum hanging out. And especially if the person at risk with their bum hanging out is a well-known radio and used to be television presenter, it's very embarrassing indeed, because a situation arises whereby this rebounds back to his detriment and is discussed on the radio on a certain morning. And the person feels very embarrassed indeed. So I would like to apologise for any of those people who inadvertently saw my bum in a hospital corridor about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I'd like to assure them that I don't make a habit of it, and that what I was wearing wasn't a habit either, but it approximated a habit, except that the next time I go to hospital, the thing that I wear walking up and down the corridor will be buttoned up the front so I can keep an eye on things, so to speak, so that the general public are not upset or discommodited in any way. Thank you very much. That's the end of the announcement. Let the singing begin in a moment.